All right, well, welcome back. I wanted to make a quick video today. It's a little bit different format than what I usually do, but I wanted to talk about and celebrate with you guys the fact that I've passed 20,000 subscribers. Give those of you guys, especially that are new, kind of a quick origin story about, who I am and kind of where I came from. Kind of go through what I'm about, what I'm not about, my areas of expertise, and then the areas where I'm sort of learning in public, and then just kind of the direction of the channel. So, by the way, if you are new, I'm Brad, and I'm on a mission to empower millennials and Gen X to more deeply integrate Bitcoin into their personal finances so they can get to financial independence in 10 years or less. And so this, ride, this YouTube ride it's kind of wild. I started back in 2018, and this is sort of the third incarnation of this channel. I started off as kind of like a Dave Ramsey style personal finance coach, trying to coach people like I used to be, where, I paid off $174,000 worth of debt in 2.5 years, just coaching them through the basics, stuff that I teach. By the way, I have a free budgeting course, which is kind of harkens back to those days where I was doing more of the basics, where, we're talking about, financial organization, getting on a budget, expense tracking, and then optimizing for whatever the next step is. So that might be helpful to you, for some of you guys that are new. So that was the first incarnation. I ran into a wall because I didn't realize that, in order to have a business, an online business, you need to have a market. You need to serve a market that has players with money. And so I was serving a market that, of people that were, just never going to be able to afford the coaching services or my courses or any of that stuff. So I then moved on into teaching. The second incarnation was teaching personal how to start an online business, basically. So I was just taking all the stuff that I had learned in the previous 4 years. This is around 2022 when I sort of pivoted. I was kind of doing both at the same time. Ultimately decided to shut that Zero Debt Coach brand down, but I started teaching people how to run an online business. That's an incredibly competitive space, and if you don't love it and you don't feel a natural proclivity to continue to make content about that, you'll burn out, which is what I did. And so I actually walked away from YouTube for probably a couple of years. And then when I'd say earlier in 2025, I discovered, there was this whole sort of personal finance movement that was happening where, Bitcoiners were starting to talk about personal finance. And so, just going back to my origin story, I paid off $174K in 2.5 years. And then a few years after that, I discovered the FIRE movement and Bitcoin right around the same time. And so what has been awesome about this third incarnation of this, YouTube channel is that it's a perfect amalgamation of Dave Ramsey style personal finance coupled with financial independence, retire early principles, and then infusing Bitcoin into that as well. So I feel like my fingerprint in this space is pretty unique in that, I am definitely a hardcore Bitcoin maximalist, although I'm sure the Bitcoin maxis will and do find fault with the buy, borrow, die strategy and doing some of these sort of adjacent, assets that we talk about a lot on this channel. So I think it's important to, talk about, okay, what am I about? What am I about and what I'm not about? So number one, I'm all about transparency. There are certain areas where I have expertise. I'll talk about that in a minute, but there are certain areas in this that I'm just learning right alongside you guys. So, and with that, because I'm a coach, I tend to repeat myself a lot. I've gotten a few comments on some of my most recent videos like, hey, are you making the same video every single time? And it's like, well, no, but if we're talking about a newer concept, especially in the Bitcoin and FIRE community, some of those things are naturally going to be repeated. So part of my sort of mandate as a coach is that I'm going to repeat myself often. So another thing that I'm about is what Gavin Ortlund talks about in his work, and that's called intellectual hospitality. Okay. So there are going to be a lot of things. You're not going to agree with me on certain things. I'm not going to agree with you on certain things. I would say, I'll add to that, the vast majority of you guys are super kind and super, helpful in your comments, encouraging. And even if we disagree, you are displaying intellectual hospitality. So we may disagree, but if we're going to do that, we can do that with respect and still be friends, which is something that's massively missing in the online space right now. And then with regard to, I also get a lot of, comments that are sort of nitpicking at the production style of my videos. I am never going to be, a perfectionist when it comes to my production style. I get, oh, your slides are too small, or I can't see this, and you need to do this, or you need to do that. One of the things that, as a content creator, if you're going to do this in any sustainable way, is that you have to kind of find a lane and sort of run in it. Tim Ferriss calls it the minimum effective dose. So what I found in this, and there's still a lot of work that I put into it, like creating the slide decks and walking through all of this stuff, but there's a minimum effective dose that I have to sort of adhere to in order to keep up my production capability. I do not want to burn myself out. It's a lot of work. I love it. I enjoy it. It is a calling. I do feel that I'm called to do this for sure, but I have to keep in mind, I need to adhere to that minimum effective dose and not be too swayed one way or the other by every wind of people's preferences or what they think that I'm not doing. Another, thing that I'm all about is I have the permission to change my mind, and I would say 2025 was a huge windfall of changing my mind about certain things. I worked in the Bitcoin space for a short period of time with a self-custody company, and it's a whole other topic for a whole other video about the sort of the Bitcoin, industry. And it really opened my eyes to a lot of things, good and not so good. And so even though I would still consider myself a hardcore Bitcoin maximalist, I believe that everybody that is into Bitcoin should hold the vast majority of their Bitcoin on chain in self-custody. So, not your keys, not your coins. But what I've done is I have the ability to hold that idea in my mind, but also add the additional idea that, hey, the other, maybe 10% of my 100% of Bitcoin, I can peel off and do some experiments with that. And I think that it's important to do that as well. Some things that I'm not about, and I've already sort of covered this, I'm not going to be perfectionistic about my content. I am not going to be the guy that has the camera angles and the B-roll. I've done all that before in previous incarnations of my channel. You can look back at some of my older videos. That is a recipe for burnout, and I'm not going to do that. I'm also not going to try to please everyone. The people that are here, I would say who my content is for is part of my mission statement. If you're millennial, you're Gen X, and you're trying to incorporate Bitcoin more deeply into your personal finances because you want to get to financial independence, my content is for you. I will also say that the vast majority of my clients that book one-to-one calls with me or that I work with on a one-to-one basis are typically somewhere between that $500,000 to $5 million net worth. And so wherever it is that they are, they're trying to figure out how to get to that next level. If they're at 500K, they're trying to get to $1 million, $2 million. And then, the ones that are in a little bit higher net worth, they've moved from that capital appreciation phase that we talk about all the time into an income generation phase. And so they're trying to figure out like, okay, cool, I've done it, I've killed it, I've crushed it. Okay, now how do I use this, this Bitcoin that I have or these assets that I have to turn that into an income generation machine? Also, I think my content is for, people that are in the FIRE movement that are, they're curious about Bitcoin. They're trying to incorporate Bitcoin. Bitcoiners that are a little bit more open-minded about using some of these strategies like buy, borrow, die, borrowing against their Bitcoin if they have a significant pile of Bitcoin and doing that with great care. I would say also, I think it's important to say, my content is also not for, and you guys know who you are, and it's probably not anybody that's watching this video, this far into it. But the British Huddle calls them the 1K net worthers that seem to know everything about everything and just want to poke me and our community in the eye. My content is not for them. It's also not for Bitcoin maxis who just want to sit back and criticize the fact that I'm experimenting with BTCI and Stretch and MSTR and this buy, borrow, die strategy. They're, you're just going to get wrecked. And so the comment in the thumbnail is a perfect one. All forms of trolls. My content is not for them either. And by the way, for anyone who is, anyone who is like not adhering to intellectual hospitality, I have parameters set up that if your comment has profanity in it or, and I'm constantly, looking through my comments, especially when a new video drops. And if there's anything that's just trolling or ad hominem or just overtly negative, like no one's going to see your comment. Like it's just going to get deleted because Ain't nobody got time for that, right? Finally, I wanted to talk about my areas of expertise vis-a-vis where I'm learning and growing. So my areas of expertise, like you can probably already gather, are, Dave Ramsey style basic personal finance, the personal finance principles that got my wife and me, from $174,000 worth of debt to financially independent well inside of 10 years. FIRE-oriented personal finance as well. So the next phase of that was, taking all of those things, our consumer debt freedom, and, injecting those into the FIRE principles. And then obviously Bitcoin. I've been in Bitcoin since 2013, so I would consider myself a self-custody expert. And I'm also, sort of growing in the investment side of, some of these Bitcoin adjacent assets as well. So areas where I'm not really an expert yet, and where I'm still kind of learning and growing. And I'm, in any of my content, I'm not trying to pass myself off as a buy, borrow, die expert, for example. So buy, borrow, die, Bitcoin-backed loans, and then using margin of any kind. Those are all very, very new concepts for me. And one of the best things that you can do in your journey is to teach. You absorb a body of information, and then when you have to communicate it to another person or to an audience, it forces you to really dig into that. And so that's absolutely the process that I'm involved in with this. And so I think finally the channel direction is going to be more of the same, I would say. Obviously Millennials and Gen X, people outside of that are obviously all welcome, because these principles are timeless. I think the context that I'm coming from and the context that I'm, very experienced into speaking into typically tends to be Millennials and Gen X who, sort of fit those parameters. They've got some Bitcoin, or they're getting into Bitcoin. They want to pursue financial independence. And so I'm going to continue to talk about Bitcoin. I'm going to talk about, macro as well. I don't talk a ton about that. But, just some of the trends that are going on in the investment space. I don't really focus on hype. I don't really focus on price action. There has to be a certain level of what do you call it? A certain level of conviction that you bring to the table in this. You can borrow, and I heard British Hodl talk about this the other day as well. I think it's a great point. You can borrow conviction. You can borrow my conviction. You can borrow other content creators' conviction. But ultimately, I think especially in the downturn that we're in right now, where, Bitcoin's at 77, 78K, where we were, a few months ago, we were at all-time highs of 126K. If you've been in Bitcoin for less than a year, or, maybe even a year, and you're sitting on a loss right now, the only thing that's going to keep you from not selling your Bitcoin to BlackRock is the level of conviction that you have. So I'll be doing some videos about, how to develop your conviction, and some great resources that I have found to be very helpful as well. So that's all I have for today. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, since you made it this far in the video, I wanted to offer 2 resources that will help you integrate Bitcoin more deeply into your personal finances. Number 1, Gemini's Orange Bitcoin MasterCard. You can earn up to 4% Bitcoin on everyday purchases like gas, dining, groceries, retail purchases. There's no annual fee, no foreign transaction fees, and no exchange fees on any of your rewards. Plus, if you sign up today using my link in the video description below, you get $200 in Bitcoin when you spend $3,000 in your first 90 days. The link is in the description and the comments below. Number 2, I'm also offering one-to-one calls to answer questions and to help you integrate Bitcoin into your personal finances more deeply, including traditional FIRE and Bitcoin planning, as well as Bitcoin self-custody. Link is in the video description below for that.